Hello, I'm Jackie Thompson. I'm with Woodstock Public Library, and this is our Wellbeing series. Today we welcome Jane Ross of the Allanti Beauty Institute, and Jane is going to share with us new ideas for fall. Welcome, Jane.
Thank you, Jackie. I'm so excited to be able to present and just thank you for the opportunity to be able to talk about the new fall trends and how it relates to well-being. Thought I'd tell you a little bit about myself because a lot of people don't know me. I'm not from Woodstock. I'm from the Brantford area. So I was born and raised in Brantford. I grew up in a family-run bakery business, watching my dad bake bread and my mom sell, and watched her good customer service skills at the front of the bake shop. I had a 32-year career with Sears Travel. I feel blessed that they sent me to many places around the world, and just very, very grateful for that. I did take early retirement from Sears. I became a licensed hairstylist and aesthetics instructor. I have two boys. My oldest is Cody, he's 26 years old, and my youngest is John Ross, and he's 24 years old. I have a supportive husband, his name is Rob, of 38 years of marriage, and my two lovely fur babies, Gordy and baby Pooh. I also have a few volunteer responsibilities. So I am the treasurer of Oxford Women in Networking. I also attend Alexandra Presbyterian Church in Brantford, where I'm clerk of session, the presbytery rep, chair of outreach, president of Women's Auxiliary, and last but not least, the church auditor. And we're really excited at the church because we've just began a new outreach program called Gigi's Bread. So it's a breakfast that's held every Thursday morning, and we're helping people in need in the Brantford community. So how did Allanti Beauty Institute begin? So it began with a phone call from a friend and neighbor back in 2012. Her name is Constance Madigan. She owns the Allanti Hairstyling School in Brantford, and she wanted to open another school. So she knew I had retired, so thus that was the beginning of searching where we would locate Allanti Beauty Institute. So we're located at 964 Parkinson Road. I absolutely adore the property. We're located near Springbank. The property originally was a dairy farm, and it was the first computerized dairy farm in Ontario. The property brings to me a sense of well-being because even though we're on an industrial road, you have the feeling of peace and calm due to the beautiful large pine trees on one side of the property and cedar trees that surround the other side of the property. In the summer, the students and I go out to our picnic table at the back and enjoy our lunch and coffee breaks. And in the background is a beautiful pioneer barn. We are a private career college, so we're registered with the Ministry of Training Colleges and Universities. It is well known within the private career colleges that students do receive more hands-on training than they would receive at community colleges. We have two hairstyling programs registered with the ministry. Our full-time program is 44 weeks and our part-time program is 75 weeks. Within the program, they learn all aspects of hairstyling, including color, chemical services, entrepreneurial skills, and barbering. Complementary, Allanti Beauty also teaches manicures, pedicures, and waxing. The reason we do that for our students is we believe it makes them more marketable once they graduate with us and they're looking for an apprenticeship position. We teach aesthetic certifications. I've mentioned manicures, pedicures, and waxing. We also teach facials, relaxation, massaging, makeup, microblading, microneedling, lash lift, eyebrow lamination, nail art, shellac, gel, nail application, and ear and nose piercing. So with the school, we run a full service salon and spa. So we encourage clients to come in with our low prices. For example, haircuts are $8 for an adult, $7 for seniors, and $6 for children. Color starts at $25, foils at $2.50 per foil, or a full head at $55. So I believe Allanti Beauty stands apart in a few ways. So we do go the extra mile for our students that may be learning not in the normal fashion. So perhaps students with disabilities. And so at Allanti, we will work with them beyond their 44 weeks or 75 weeks until we feel that they've grasped the information. And to date, of the 100% of the students that we've worked with that had disabilities are all working within the industry. So we're really proud of that. So the hairstyling industry in general focuses on outer beauty. So again, I believe this sets us apart. At Allanti, we focus on inner beauty, self-worth, and self-esteem. Their mental health is paramount. And again, we've seen so many issues within the community with mental health that I just found coming into the industry late in life, I have a different perspective, and the industry in general focuses on the outer beauty. Everything's about our hair and our skin and our outer beauty. And I believe that probably the most important is their inner beauty and bringing out their self-worth and self-esteem. We also recycle. We use organic products, so we do everything in our power to keep the earth green. Our hairstyling kits are of higher quality than the majority of schools, and our philosophy is that you need good tools to do a good job. So that's why our toolkits will be more expensive than the majority of schools out there. So through COVID, we all learned that our industry is very important to people's well-being. I know that Ford was listening to the hair industry and the aesthetics industry, and they desperately tried to open up salons earlier, which did not happen because of people's well-being and mental health, that they felt that the hairstyling and aesthetics definitely connected to mental health. And COVID taught us that your hairstylist and your barber are more important than you ever thought, because sometimes you can't cut your own hair. So through COVID, I offered my knowledge through Zoom to any client or anyone that needed help, and that I directed them through Zoom on how to cut usually a man's cut, a couple of women's cuts. So we do have a Allanti Beauty Supply and Spa. Some clients came to us and purchased scissors and clippers, and with my direction, we're able to do quite a nice haircut. The barbering industry is quite, there's a lot of controversy going on with it. But if you go back to the 1950s, when I was a little girl, that there were barbershops on probably every other corner, and it's becoming that way again. So what happened in the 60s is the Beatles came on the scene, and of course long hair, but if you look back at their photographs, their hair was not that long. And then the 70s with the flower children and definitely long hair put barbers out of business. So barbers were no longer needed in the way that they were needed in the 40s and the 50s and prior to that. So what happened, the ministry took the barbering license, which existed back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, and in the 80s, incorporated barbering into the hairstyling license. So to date, to be a barber, you must go through the training of a full hairstylist program. A lot of barbers don't want to do that. They don't want to learn about coloring and perming, but it is part of, if they want to operate legally, to have their hairstyling license. So I'm just going to talk about some beauty trends, and I do have a PowerPoint presentation, which I'm just going to share the screen.